Welcome. In this video, we're going to go over how to configure Linux network interface settings. All right, in this video, we're going to go over the Linux network configuration file location. We're going to go over a few Linux network configuration examples, how to configure DHCP client on Linux, and how to configure the default gateway on Linux. So first, the network config file location is here. So it's going to be etc network, then interfaces. That's going to be the file that we edit to change the network settings. All right, if you want to statically configure the network settings, this is how you do it. If you want it to have a specific IP address, these are the commands that you would need to do so. And here's an example of how to set it up for DHCP client. And we're just looking at these real briefly because now we're actually going to go do this as an example on the command line. All right, now in order to demonstrate this, I'm out on my GNS3 control machine again. And just real quick, I'm going to show that we do have an IP address. So ifconfig. It's going to show your IP address settings, and so for interface Ethernet 0, we have that IP address, that net mask, that broadcast address. All right, so then I'm going to use the nano editor to go to the interfaces file at that file path. All right, so by default, the interfaces file comes with everything commented out, which makes it easy for the user. All you would have to do is just go and delete the pound symbol. So here we obviously have it set up for DHCP, but if you wanted to configure it statically, you could uncomment this and then change the IP addresses to what you want it to be. So also right now, this is set up for Ethernet 0. You can have more than one interface on these Linux servers. If you wanted to do Ethernet 1 or Ethernet 2, then you could just copy this and change the numbers to the interface that you want it to be. And so if you look at the static configuration, this is the portion that specifies what IP address you want that interface to have, the subnet mask, and this is the default gateway. And when you're using the DHCP method, all of those specifics come from the DHCP server. All right, in this video, we went over Linux networking configuration settings. To the file location, we went through a few of the network configuration examples, how to configure DHCP client on Linux, and the default gateway on Linux. In the future, we're going to be doing more thorough examples of how to set this up from scratch, how to use Cisco routers as DHCP servers, and demonstrate more of a step-by-step fashion on how to configure the whole network. But hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.